Hey, how y'all doing? It's another episode of The It Factor. My name's Jeremy, and this is my brother right here, Ronald McCullough. And today, we're going to be getting into some questions. I want to ask you first, man, how is it being a college professor now that you out of college, man? You know, you searching up, you're trying to get that PhD. How is it?
Yeah, man, it's different. So I'm a professor at two schools, at Atlanta Technical College and Atlanta Metropolitan State College. Okay. And it's honestly a different experience because, you know, everybody think I'm a student. Like there was this one time where I was sitting in the class acting like I was a student at like the beginning of the semester. And I'm sitting in the back on the class filling in, and then this one girl gets up like, "We paying all this tuition and stuff, and the professor he ain't even here. So she walks out the room, and I'm like, "Wait, hold on, I'm the professor." And then she's like, "Boy, stop playing with me. You ain't no professor. You don't look like a professor. Nothing. I'm out of here." And 2 weeks later, I promise you, 2 weeks later, she came back and was like, "Look, I would like to apologize."
Try to get herself together.
Yeah, but it's an interesting experience because, you know, what it taught me was that your eyes can fool you. Like you don't know who you can be talking to just passing, you know, in the grocery store. Because I'm probably the last person someone will look at and be like, "Oh, he look like a college professor."
Yeah, no. Young guy, so we just think, exactly. You know, you just that guy off the street, like he in the class with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nobody.
One dude was like, "Hey, bro, I seen you at the basketball court."
Yeah,
they gotta
I'm
take
your
a test.
professor. Hey,
I like it. I love it, man. My favorite part of it, I guess, would be like when you're teaching something and then someone really understands it and they really say, "Wow, like I get that."
I like
that. That's the most rewarding part.
I like that, man. I like that, man.
Definitely.
So like, I would get into like, I want to be a professor soon. You know, I'm in grad school now. For all the viewers that don't know that. And I stay in his ear a lot, like, "Hey man, what I need to do?" So he kind of guide me. So that's a good thing. But
one thing I couldn't guide you on was this stuff right here.
Hey, man, we ain't gonna go into that now. Phi Beta Sigma fraternity is the greatest fraternity in the world. This young man over here.
They're not so good at saying thank you though.
You know,
they're good at everything. They ain't good at saying thank you. You know, to their forefathers.
You know what? You know, we gonna let that slide. We're gonna let that slide because you know this in fact it's a family show. We gonna
family, man. So you know, I have to be a little bit controversial, man.
It's alright. It's alright, man. So we still on the road to become an astronaut, man?
Yeah, man. I was thinking about that the other day actually. So the PhD program, my man, it's PhD in organizational leadership. So I was thinking how I was going to tie that with my science background and my interest in outer space. So I can't tell you what I want my dissertation to be because it's, you know, probably watching it, they'll probably steal it before. But it's big and it has to do, you know, with leadership in outer space.
Well, you need some help, you know, let me know.
Yeah, man.
You got some powerful friends.
Yeah, and if you and also, you know, if you're interested in getting a PhD or something like that, man, holler at me. It's a lot of work, but I think especially if you want to be a professor, I think in like a long-term professor, like tenured and everything, I think that'd be a good.
Oh man, I'm about to go get that PhD.
Yeah, man, might have to, man.
I got you.
I'll put you on, man. You know, that was a whole journey finding a program within itself.
Because I already got some frat bros and some of the like mentors that have told me about that PhD project for like black males. So it's like a project for black males. So basically, once you're done with your master's program or whatever, it can move you into where they pay for your PhD and they help you out. No matter what your like money you're making, anything like that, so that you won't have to deal with financial aid.
Because I'm paying out.
I will send you the information after this video, bro, because they help you out. They really help you out, and they in Atlanta it's got a different like district. It's like Elite 100, but it's like for PhDs.
Oh yeah. I need to
so man, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind? Like, what's your why? What make you get up in the morning and say I want to do this?
Well, man, to be honest with you, my parents own the daycare.
Okay.
And that's where I was raised. They had the daycare for over almost 30 years now. So I was kind of born into it. Okay. And so I go there, you know, once in a while to help out. And you know, those kids, they see I'm one of the few positive things that they can see in their life, you know, that's tangible because these kids come from some of the worst backgrounds that you can imagine. Some of them been through more stuff than I have.
Right. And they ain't even 5, 6 yet.
Exactly. Yes. So that's why I get up, so they can know that their life isn't just go to get on school bus, go to daycare, and go home.
Right. You
know, I really do it. My why factor is I get up every morning for those kids so that they can say, "Wow, I can be a professor. Wow, I can actually be an astronaut. Wow, I can be an engineer."
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's why I do it every single day.
Yeah, man. That's why I permanently started this show, man, and do what I do too. Because you know, we want kids, we want older people, want to know that you can do more. in a time where a lot of things are going on. Like we were saying before the show started, January felt like a whole year because a lot of things happening.
January was so long.
A lot of tragedy that happened, but I mean, hey, we got to keep it moving and keep it positive and just help. If you're not helping anyone else, what are you doing? So in that, I would like to say, what are some projects you working on, man? Like, what's the engineering mind been on, man? Like,
okay, so as I was telling you earlier, I'm on the e-board for the National Society of Black Engineers on the in the Metro Atlanta area.
Right.
So I started up a chapter at Atlanta Metro and Atlanta Technical College.
Okay.
You know, so they're in their infancy stages, but they're doing really well so far, and they already got internships and job opportunities and careers lined up, and we haven't even existed for an entire year yet.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's one thing I'm working on. Also with NSBE. I'm applying to be the academic director of the healthcare section.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
So that way I can get into the community and everything and push engineering, but from the healthcare route. Because especially my master's degree is biomedical engineering, and there's not a lot of blacks in that industry. And so what happens is there's not a lot of blacks in any tech industry.
It's not.
But from the viewpoint of NSBE, who exposed you to the blacks in those industries, it's still not a lot. You know, about medical engineering companies and healthcare companies.
Because, people hear that, they be like, dang, I got to go to medical school.
Yeah.
You be like,
no,
you ain't got to do that. This is what you can do, too.
It is there's so many other things that you can do, especially in the realm of medicine, the hospital. You can do herbal medicine. You can do so much. And, I just want to give students those opportunities.
Right,
so I'm building myself up, my PhD program and everything, but I'm really doing is trying to, get people and take them up to me. Yes, sir.
I like that. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
Supposed to pull people with you, man. So, like, and with me being an author and having this podcast, working for my job, cool. It's great that I work at GM. Don't get me wrong. I love General Motors. Don't get me wrong. But, that's not my final resting place due to, like, it's not that many blacks in tech, and I feel like our job is to get more blacks in that tech field and want to know, like, more. Even if it's not tech, even if it's a business field, no matter what, if you're going to be in the field, be the best at what you're going to be doing. And I feel like a lot of people don't see that positive.
You know what my dad says? He says, not only be the best, you have to be decisively better. He uses the word decisively. Like when you put you and person B next to each other, it's like you not even close.
Got you.
You gotta be decisively better, not just better.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
So, like, any questions for me, man?
Well, man, what? Let me just piggyback off what you said. What drives you? Is it just getting more blacks in tech, or is it something more deeper?
Nah, man, it's something way deeper, man. So, like, what drives me that I want to be a college professor, man, keep the it factor going and to know more, learn more, and just do more for other people. It's the fact of, like, being that kid at home, being in that single parent home and thinking football was my only way out. And I'm not that, it's a million kids in America and outside of America that think that same thing. But I'm just here to let them know, like, that's not the only thing you have to do to be able to get out of your situation. And you don't have to be that athlete, but athletes are great. Like, being an athlete, that's a great road to where you want to be, but that's not all you have to be. So when I wake up in the morning, man, I just think about just, helping others, how can I do it? And I just want to get that hand out. So that's why when I wrote my book, man, Help Black Men Become Successful in America. And anytime I can volunteer or do anything, I will reach out to people because, I believe in solely helping other people.
Well, I would say this, man. Do you really have a grasp on the big things that you're doing now? Because I have the problem with I'm doing so many things. I don't take the time out and say, wow, I'm doing this and this and this and this for the community. What you're doing is amazing, man. What percentage of people are authors? What percentage of men and black men that are even in graduate school?
Right.
I know a bunch of black. They don't even know what graduate school is.
Something that's crazy though. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Like, I ain't even expect to talk about that or go to that, but it's good to bring it up. It's like a reflection period of 2020. It's like I gotta give myself a clap, and you have to too, because not worried about what people are doing, but it's certain things we're doing now in the early 20s that it's like, hey, when I'm 30, 40, I ain't got to worry about that. Where it's certain people that was in my family, they saying they're going to get a PhD, he's 40-something years old. Not knocking that, I don't knock you going to get it, but the fact that you're knocking it out at a young age, other people can see that and say, oh, he 20, he ain't even 28 yet. What, can I go do that? And you can do it, and I can show you how to do it. So, like, I believe in that, man, solely, man. So,
but what's even more amazing than that? So I'm 22. So it was a big deal that I was, you know, with my PhD class and everything when we go to class and everything. But there was a person in my class. He's in his 70s. I don't know if he's like 75 or 77.
Wow.
Named Mr. John. And you know, I think that's more impressive.
Right.
You know,
that's amazing because learning never stops.
It doesn't.
And the fact that you want to go when you're 70, age is just a number. It's not a deciding factor on how your brain's gonna work or how you're gonna operate. It's the fact that if you want to do something, go do it.
And he's surviving everything, you know, and most of it it's like part in campus, on campus, and part online. And he's just flourishing doing it. So I'm like, we have no excuse.
Right, because if he can do it, I know I can do it. With me being young, man. And with that, man, gonna wrap it up, man. You know, this is the It Factor. This is another episode. Please like, subscribe, follow, man. Actually, do you have anything?
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. It's Professor McCullough, Professor McCullough. I'm on there teaching biology topics and everything, trying to make it really relatable and make sure you guys are successful, you know, in your scientific endeavors.
Right,
and follow my IG too.
Yes, sir.
You know, Ron_Elite. Yeah, there we go. Free Huey, man.
And with that, man, we would like to say, man, we just out to make an impact. This is the It Factor, and take it easy.